Oh, what's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this, we'll be going over the new Haloween Katakuri 6+ Sanji, version 1, I think. Pretty sure from the artwork. And 6+ Franky. We're going to be going over some of the details there, as well as some other details coming out that are going to be for the next couple of weeks. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to be going over today is going to be the V-Jump scan/leaks that are coming out to the Japanese version of One Piece Treasure Cruise. The first thing we got to know here is you see up in the top right hand corner, we see Haloween Katakuri. That looks sick. I love that. We got, of course, Halloween Vivi. I can't tell the other ones. We got Return of Halloween Luffy and Zoro, and then I think that's Halloween Rebecca. And the bottom left hand corner, 6+ Sanji and 6+ Franky. I'm stoked. I'm really hyped about this. I'm really hyped. So we don't have a ton of information on these. We do have the translations and everything going up for what all the text says and everything. But what I can tell you is that they are going to have their own island. So it's just like the other 6+s that we've been seeing in the past, where we're getting a lot of 6+s that are like Enel and Judge, where you have their own island to clear, and you have to clear that island in order to get the 6+ skull, which is really sucky. And I really don't like that, because if you've been playing for the last year or 2 years, you've been farming out skulls for your 6+s, and you kept a lot of them just in case you needed them. And now you don't need them. And now we have these 6+ islands that come out in that, and that sucks. But it does tell you that while you may not need your skulls as much for the future, I guess you can start getting rid of a lot of them. And you probably most need 5 of each at this point. I mean, I don't think we're going to be using skulls anymore. I think from this point on, it's going to be these 6+ islands, and then once every other month or so, we're going to get like a normal 6+, which is not the best. But I'm really hyped about 6+ Sanji, because when version 1 Sanji came out on the 30th anniversary, I was lucky enough to pull him as my only really good legend. That was actually the only good legend on my account at that point. And he's a very strong unit. And to this day, he gets even stronger because of how much damage he's able to put out with all the subs you're getting put on his team and stuff. We have more conditional characters. We have more color affinity characters. We have more damage boosting characters. There's a lot of variety now that you can put on Sanji teams, which makes it really good. And the thing with Sanji is he's still a universal captain, and that makes him available to run with version 2 gear 4, etc. So there's a lot of different options for that. And he does have a bypassing mechanic where you can jump up in the air. You can't get silenced, you can't get paralyzed, you can't get bound, despaired, none of that. So it does bypass a lot of different mechanics. And of course, it doesn't bypass like team buff mechanics like burn damage, etc. that are put on your team. But the 6+, I am hoping the 6+ is going to be at least a 3x captain boost. I'm hoping it's a 3x universal, and then they keep his jumping mechanics relatively the same. Now, what I really want to see, of course, for the skywalk mechanics is them to change them a little bit so that they're more usable in more situations, but that would make him broken, and I understand if they can't do that. One of the biggest failings that Sanji has is that if you wanted to jump on rune 4, then you have to take a turn and then kill the boss with the subs and jump again, or alternate your jumps between your Sanjis, or just jump and then try to kill the boss with 4 units, which is kind of annoying. It's like Sanji is this character that can bypass mechanics, but it's really hard in Colosseums to use him because of how weird you have to get with the jumps, and it becomes this thing that you don't really want to do that often. Or you can just go into the final room and not bypass any mechanics, jump up for the second turn of damage into a 2-turn burst. That's one way to go, I guess. So overall, really excited about 6+ Sanji. I want to see what they're going to do with him. And Franky is my favorite legend. Well, not right now, he's not. But for a very long time, Franky was my favorite legend. Right now, it's Enel again. It was Enel, then Franky, then Enel again. So Franky is back, and 6+ Franky is going to be lit. I can already tell. I really hope they fix his bugs. He does have a lot of bugs, like the bug where he loses his captain ability if a character in your team gets blown away, or if you get despaired like the knockout, the knock can't be blown away effects are kind of broken in the transform mode for certain events. So I really want them to fix Franky and all the bugs with Franky, and I hope they do that with the 6+ version. And I hope that they make him a very, very good unit. One of the biggest problems with Franky, obviously, is that you only get that 1 turn of the characters in the thing, and it has a 4-turn cooldown. So I don't know about that, but if they make it so that striker damage goes to like 0.75 or something like that, and it's still full AoE, and then have slashers, they rework the slasher one, because the slasher one's completely useless in my opinion. Like I don't see anyone ever using slashers in a Franky team. You can, it's just like, why would you do that? I mean, you can still target the main guy, and they do like 10% of the damage to the side guys, but I mean, it's not really the biggest thing there. I mean, I don't know. And shooters are tough to use with Franky too. So there's a lot of problems that Franky has. But fighters, though, for Franky, oh my god, that Luffy Ace Franky team is so much fun to use. Whenever I get the chance, I always want to use Luffy Ace or Gear 4 with Franky, and those two are so fun. So I'm hoping that they make Franky, they improve his hybrid viability, they improve a lot of things with him, and they get rid of some of his restrictions. If they got rid of a lot of Franky's restrictions, he would be a freaking god. But I'm not sure what they're gonna do. I'm very excited about Franky, more excited than Sanji, to be honest. And I'm kind of excited about Katakuri too. So let's go ahead and talk about it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and go over Dex Katakuri. Dex Katakuri is going to be a cerebral powerhouse character whose captain ability is going to boost the attack of all characters by 1.75 and their HP by 1.2 and deal 5 times character's attack and dex damage to all enemies at the end of every turn. Obviously, that's kind of shitty. The end of turn damage captain is very rare nowadays, so that part is interesting, and it might be useful in certain situations or for speedrunning teams for very easy content. So as far as the captain ability goes, that's very useful for certain content. The special ability is going to reduce a crew's attack down, increase damage taken, debuff by 3 turns, change block, bomb, empty, and badly matching orbs into recovery orbs. That is really, really, really good. Just those 2 parts of that captain ability already, that's really good. Being able to change all orbs into recovery orbs is a very rare ability, and the reason that's so good is for 3 reasons. First, big mom teams, instant matching orbs. Second reason, there's anytime you get a negative beneficial orb enable buff, usually that's on colored orbs, so being able to change all orbs into recovery orbs is really, really helpful. I really like that a lot. The fact that of course is going to be empty, badly matching, block, and bomb, that might be a little bit trickier. I mean, that's like not be able to switch those, but you can switch all orbs into badly matching. You can empty all orbs. You can get block orbs and transfer over. It really just depends on the content, but being able to change them into recovery orbs instead of colored orbs, that is a phenomenal ability by itself. The attack down and increased damage taken, that's icing on the cake. I love that. And then if your captain is a cerebral character, boost the attack of cerebral by 1.5 and makes recovery orbs beneficial for cerebral characters for 1 turn. So you can skip the second part of that ability. That part is doo-doo and doesn't really matter at all. Gives you a mini boost, but like you don't even, in my opinion, I would run this character on non-cerebral teams, make it much easier to use this character. I would actually stay away from that ability, to be honest, because you can just get recovery beneficial orb enable, and then you can use like positive beneficial orb enables instead. That would help you get more orbs, so that would be very, very helpful. Or you use a type boost before you use Katakuri, and then it would only make recovery orbs beneficial and not give you the 1.5 times. So really just depends on how you want to use the ability. The Sailor ability is if your captain is a cerebral character, reduce paralysis duration in all characters by 1 turn. That I don't like. I don't like that sailors are conditional. Please don't go down this road, Bandai, where we have conditional sailors. Like if you have your cerebral captain, we have that already in the special abilities. We don't have that in the sailors, man. We don't want that. Give us variety. This is not something we want here. Restricted to powerhouse-driven characters. Refrain from using any violence, high damaging, or delay while Katakuri is eating. I think this bottom part is for the event, and I don't actually think it's part of the ability. And so, you know, there is a 30 stamina Katakuri event. I think there's like 3 difficulties, like 10, 15, and 30. I'll have to check on the difficulties, but there is that. So I'm actually a fan of this Haloween Katakuri for the into recovery orbs ability, because that is a very, very useful ability that doesn't you know, come around very often. But you might be seeing this in the global version more now, where you get that negative beneficial orb enable thing that you have to either counteract with a positive beneficial orb enable, or you use specific like recovery orbs or tandem orbs, etc., to get matching orbs. And that's really annoying, but this character kind of counteracts those types of mechanics. And this character doesn't seem very difficult to attain, so I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this character. Definitely a fan. Overall, definitely a good character. Not bad at all. Also, guys, if you're getting this morning, what this is that there was a treasure mode bonus error, an apology, and compensation. Beta had confirmed earlier that there's a server error due to server overload, which is really funny because like the game doesn't really see a lot of overload in other times, but only really sees overload once treasure mode starts, which kind of sucks because that really shows you how much the game is revolving around treasure mode. There's only 4 days a month or so, or 4.5, 45, whatever you want to call it, where the game is really, really popular, and that's during treasure mode because that's where you get free legends. It's where people want to like grind hard because that's where all the things that they need are. And there's only 2 other days where you really want to farm. The first day is going to be the new raid / Fortnite, whatever, and new raid, and then the other day is going to be for Fortnite and Coliseum. Like that's the only days you really want to play, anyways. So they need to fix their servers a little bit more because yeah, the only time anybody wants to really grind hard is treasure mode. So that's kind of a sad commentary there, where the game is only revolving around treasure mode and nothing else. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this video here. My name's Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.